Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? Welcome to Baggage Claim. I hope everybody's doing all right. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Baggage Claim is a place where we hope to create some community and some conversations around relationships, blended families, all those good things in between. And if you call Baggage Claim your home and you've been back many times, take a deep breath. And that's what we always say, grab your favorite drink, whatever that may be, depending on how your day is, and you pull up to the table with us.
Yeah, and welcome to some of our new friends. Our community has grown again.
Yeah, we jumped 6 countries today, 6 new
In
countries.
one day.
Yeah, in a day. It's kind of crazy. We're on record to have our largest download month so far this month. We're only about 10 away, and we got 4 more days. 10 to 15 away, I think. So it's just crazy. It keeps growing. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sharing. We just recorded our 50th episode live, which was a lot of fun.
I didn't die. I didn't pass out.
No,
I
you
made
almost
it.
did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
So proud.
I made it.
So we had some folks there, and we did lots of giveaways, and it was just fun. We had a big cake. We'll post it online of our of our big 50th.
Yeah,
We had
local bakery
balloons.
did an amazing job.
Yeah, so
We'll
it was a lot
tag
of
them
fun.
in there.
So anyway, when we jump into our topic today, because this is one of those topics that affects you, whether you've been married, whether you're just in a relationship and you're thinking about getting married, or you've been married for 15, 20 years, you may know a little bit more about this, but we're all going to find ourselves somewhere in this topic tonight. So,
But before we jump in, it's
Question time.
all right.
we need someone with like a deep voice, like a
Bass.
very like a
Yeah, okay, Thomas.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. So we have 2 questions. One is a little bit silly-ish, and the other one's not so much. So, Thomas, why don't you kick us off with your question?
If you had to lose a toe, which toe would you lose? I'm saying my middle toe.
You're just waiting for the middle, huh?
Yeah,
You think
it
the other
doesn't
ones will just
affect
take up the
anything.
space?
But then you
losing
can't.
You're
Doesn't-
not.
it
You're
doesn't
not.
matter.
You're not losing it medical reasons or anything like that. You
You're
just
just going to
have-
disappear.
Yeah, you
to
just
pick
have
one.
to pick a toe to
I
lose.
would
So it's
lose
not
my
like there's
index
pain
finger.
involved.
No,
toe.
you're just cutting a toe.
Really? Miranda
Yeah.
said her index finger toe. That
It
one
gets
feels
caught
a-
on everything. It's longer than
Index
my
finger
big toe.
Your
Is
one
it the
next
one
to your
beside
big
your
toe.
big toe?
The one. Okay, I had
Your
it.
second
It makes
toe?
sense.
I've never heard it called that before.
Well,
Index
I
finger.
was just thinking it would be my ring finger toes. the
Well, I'm
second
this
to
one
last.
this one went to the market. That one had roast
Yeah.
beef. Like that one, the roast beef toe.
Yeah.
The roast.
The
Okay.
roast beef.
Yeah,
I
this
don't even
roast
like
piggy
roast
This
market.
little
This
piggy
This
went to
little piggy.
market. This little piggy stayed home. This
Oh.
little piggy.
Oh, so it's a stay home piggy.
No, mine's a little piggy that had none. Is the toe I would get rid of
Mine's
because
the very-
mine are
I'm-
deformed.
I'm going for the little one just for my OCD and my ADD. Just start from the end and work your way one way. So
But my second to last toe, they're not straight. They like duck and cover under the other guys. So I feel like they're useless anyway. Yeah.
all right. It's a great
Okay.
question
I
from
think I would
the
have
from
to
the
go
EMT.
pinky. The
You think
toe.
pinky?
Yeah, I would go with the
I don't know. I feel like, and this sounds weird to say, but I feel like it's the most useless.
yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, I get that.
And I could be wrong entirely. And like, I'd be.
If you're a foot
wobbling
specialist
everywhere.
out there and we're wrong, then
Yeah, please let us know how wrong we
Yeah,
all
Kill the
are.
comments right now. Also, too, for you guys that are listening, if you're listening and you have a question or there's something comes up, there's a place on there, and I know you may be driving. Don't do this while you're driving. But there's a place where you can just send a text. If you punch in, say whatever you want to do, send a text. We get those, and so
Yeah.
we'll
Just say what
answer.
you mean to say.
Yeah,
Are you going to sing it now?
I wanted
No.
to.
yeah, that's all you did. You really wanted to.
Okay. So the more serious question, it said, let's see, do you think there's a difference between secrecy and privacy? And if so, what is it? And that question came from a book that we have used all along. It's A Year of Us. One question a day to spark fun and meaningful conversations by Alicia Munoz. And we keep saying we want her to have her on here with us, but I'll repeat the question. Do you think there's a difference between secrecy and privacy? And if so, what is it?
Alicia, if
I-
you're out there, hit
Please
us
reach
up.
out.
It's a great question.
What do you think, Miranda?
I think there is a difference.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, there's a difference.
Uh-huh.
Like once you lose trust, that then becomes
Where's the line where you lose trust, though, between secrecy and privacy?
God, that's another deep question.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I feel like privacy is something that you can do by yourself that your spouse will know about. But then secrecy is your thing that you do that you don't want a single soul to know about.
That's exactly
Yeah.
my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, secrecy is what you
Like
don't want
farting in
somebody
the
to
truck?
find out.
Yeah, like farting in the truck.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
privacy.
Or like
Is that what you're talking
picking
about?
and eating your boogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Oh,
it's
no.
like a secrecy thing you don't want people to know
Yeah.
about. You know?
I
to know.
I agree. Secrecy is something that you don't want somebody to find out about. Privacy is like if you need to go for a walk, Greg, and you're just like, I just need a minute. You need some privacy, and that's fine, but I know about it.
Well, like privacy too. Like if you get caught doing your private thing, you're not like, oh no.
Right.
It's like this
But
is something
it's-
that I like to do by myself.
Yeah.
Well, privacy
your
is
boogers.
knowing, but not knowing all the details. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have
Well,
to.
I
Yeah.
mean, like to go on your road you just talked about, if you get caught doing your private thing, that's more embarrassing.
Yes.
But if you get caught doing a secret thing, it's more like damaging.
Yeah. That's
the end of
That's
the
a good way
world.
to put that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at all of us agreeing. What is happening?
Wow.
For some
Whoa.
reason, my head went to like cheating.
It did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's where my brain
Oh,
went.
mine
Yeah.
didn't go there. Y'all need
Mine
therapy.
didn't either. Mine didn't go there.
Where'd your mind go?
No.
It didn't go to that.
No, my example in my head was like, this is a sticky subject for some couples, but like, if you don't want your spouse looking through your phone, or if you don't have that trust,
Mm-hmm.
that's secrecy.
Mhm.
But games or apps or whatever, like that's your phone, that's your private phone, yeah. But if I pick up, I'm just hypothetically because we don't care, but if I pick up your phone and you have a mini panic attack because there's secrets on there, that's different.
Yes.
That's different.
Gotcha. Okay. Dude, that's a whole episode.
Again, we're
That
agreeing.
is a-
phone.
That is a whole episode right there.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Phone is an episode.
Yeah,
I hate them.
We need to
God, I
bookmark
would-
that.
I will write it.
Coming
If
up
we
next
ever do a
week.
marriage retreat, I want it to be like, hey, check in with everyone and then take your phone and
Throw it out the
Throw
window.
it
lock it in
away.
your car or something. Like, we're so attached to those things. Anyway, so let's jump into the topic today. This is one of those that I cannot tell you, everybody who's listening out there, we usually have our topic. We sit down to dinner.
Mhm.
We talk through that. If you want to see footage of all that and hear some of our conversations of how that goes, we're going to start having those on Patreon. So you can join on Patreon and see all that and hear that. But sometimes we talk through our episodes. This one we started talking through and we said, nope,
We have to stop.
let's do it
Yeah.
live on the
Yep.
air. I guess you call it. Is this on
Because
the
even
air?
in our
Maybe?
plan, yeah.
Technically, no.
Okay, whatever.
Even in the planning conversation, it was good conversation. That's when I was like, oh, wait, stop. Let's just go.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pose the question, like to kick us off into this idea.
Well, the whole idea is about change. And so where we're going to there you go. Turn and
What is it with
face
y'all with
the-
singing absolutely
I can't help it.
everything?
It's so
Everything.
I don't even know the words to the rest of
Singing.
that.
Then don't sing it.
I sang 3/4 of it.
Three.
But the idea is change is going to happen. It just is. So as we go through the conversation, we're going to navigate that, or at least try to. But I think that there's a lot of people who get into a relationship or a marriage and they think that they are going to be able to change the person that they're getting into a relationship with. And it could be something as simple as, I say simple as, let me rephrase that. It could be something like a shared faith or lack thereof, or thinking, well, if I can just marry him, he'll go to church with me, or what have you.
Well, sometimes guys, like when you're in that dating, you go to church to meet girls, like because it's a good
Mhm,
place to meet
sometimes,
girls, and you may
yeah.
not have any kind of
Yeah.
faith based kind of any relationship or any of that. You just go there because there's girls there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was thinking too about, let's pretend like one person in the relationship has a really close relationship with their family and the other one does not. And you think to yourself, well, if I can just get him involved in my life and my family, then he's going to want to make sure that he does that with his own family. I'm going to change the way he thinks about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more people that do that than we think.
So go ahead.
Because you don't realize most of the time in the moment what you are doing.
True.
Well, but I mean, in all reality, opposites attract. Like you like if you're quiet, you're usually attracted to someone who's a little more outgoing, someone who's reserved. Those opposites kind of attract each other, and then you're just like, oh my God, they're so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love them. And so it's like this infatuation stage of where they can do no wrong, and you think that's amazing up until the point where you're 4 years into this. And a pet peeve of mine is like, this is one thing for us that I wanted to change in you, and then I just gave up on it, was being on time, because I hate being late. Like if I'm not 10 minutes early, we're late. And so I love to be early to something. Jess could care less. She'll walk in the middle of it and be okay with that. And she's like,
You've
we
got here better.
I'm way better. You should have seen me before you came. I mean, whoa. It was bad for a long time.
Well, I was working at church. There was a stint where I was at church, so I would get up and leave really early on Sunday mornings. And Jess would, so I'd text her and I'd be like, hey, you going to be at church? Yeah, I'll be there. I said, okay, I saved us some seats. We were at 12stone, which was it was crazy growing at the time. And it was, and so for me to hold 6 seats down on the floor, it was a big ordeal. Yeah, I'm like threatening people. And then sometimes it would be like 5 minutes before service, we're not going to make it.
And then the entire time I'd be sitting there like, Mom, we got to go.
Yeah,
We got to go, Mom. We got to get out the door.
Yeah, you were so sweet about it, though. But the thing of my downfall was, I say downfall, but like the campus that you worked at was 30 minutes from home.
It was.
Meanwhile, when I knew we weren't going to make it to his campus, there was one 10 minutes down the road that I knew that I could get me and all 4 kids to on time. And so.
But that's not the issue. The issue is that that was one of those things where I'm like, can you just not be on time?
No, I could not.
And so that's a little thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like a big thing.
Honey, I've never wanted to change anything about you.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. If you guys couldn't see the sarcasm through your radio or whatever you're listening on, there's a lot of it. It's really thick here. So, we have this. So we have these opposites. We come together. Everything's beautiful. Everything's great. And then when that starts wearing off, you start noticing these changes. And then it's almost like Miranda, though. Sometimes you don't realize you're wanting those changes, or you're trying to change them kind of passively.
Yeah.
But then you get into that point, which is so weird, especially in dating. If you're in a dating relationship, and you have somebody and they're very controlling, and they'll be like, it won't be this way once we get married.
But that's why you referred to Miranda, because not with Thomas, but in a previous serious relationship, you had some experience with this.
Yes.
Would you like to share a little?
Yeah, that was very elaborate. Thanks for digging into that.
Yes, I
did.
Yeah,
thank you
for
for
asking.
That.
It's a very good question. Thank you for asking it.
He was very controlling, but I didn't realize it until one time. What were we doing? Okay, it was right before graduation. We were getting the house ready, graduation party. My mom printed off pictures. We were hanging them up. I wasn't on my phone while we were doing that. End of the world. End of the world.
Because he was texting and calling and you weren't right there available. So I know that you had shared that there was like a lot of breakup, get back together, breakup, get back together. But the get back together part was where you had always hoped that maybe it'd be a little different.
Yeah, there were always promises.
Yeah.
Like, if we get back together, I promise I'm going to do better, not controlling.
Right.
I'm going to trust you more.
Right.
So on and so forth. Break up, get back together. I promise I'm going to change. Here, I'm going to buy you all these things you've been asking for. Break up again, get back together. More promises.
So did you do that so you could get more stuff from him? I'm just
I
kidding.
think at the end of it, yes.
maybe so by that
I'm breaking
point.
up with you.
Yeah.
I would like a iPad with this, and I would like that.
I
I'm
mean,
just
maybe
kidding.
so at
I'm
that
sorry.
point,
It's nothing
but
to kid about. Because there's a lot of people out there. See, this is why I think, for me, I think it's there's two things. One, I think it's very, very important to have a friend group around you that you love and trust, and they know you, and they know you very well. So it's someone that can be like, hey, Miranda, like you.
Well, my best friend at the time tried to point it out. And then she got so annoyed that I kept getting back together with him. She just left.
Yeah, which is
And that
ultimately
was
what
my
happens.
only
Yeah.
friend
Yeah,
at that
that's-
point.
Yeah. What time is
Kind of like AJ. Like he goes
Just
back
called
to
AJ
this.
out on
Yeah, I will. He can text me about it whatever he wants to. But it's kind of like AJ. It's like he goes back to the same thing, and he knows he does
He
it.
has a
That's
pattern
the
for
thing.
sure.
Like
Oh,
he
he'll
can't
always
even
say,
get mad for
"It's
me
just
calling
a
him out
pattern."
because he'll admit that he does it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same person every time,
It is
the same looking girl every time, and
He goes for the same girl.
He does,
Yeah.
and he gets hurt the same way every
We
time.
all do that though. Like
But
that's
he
the
loves
thing.
it.
We all do it.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time we do that because I said the second thing is I never got to that. The first thing was have a friend group or people around you that you trust and you listen to,
Yeah.
not just have them around listen to. The second part, and here again, I'm jumping on the soapbox again. All those things, the trust issues, the going back to the same, all of those are me issues. They're self issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you boil all those things away and you look at yourself, you're like, why am I so controlling? Why do I not trust anyone? Why do I not trust her?
Or why does this keep happening to
Yeah,
me?
why do I keep falling
Uh-huh.
into the same rut over and over and over? It's the same cycle over and over. So it's having some people or even yourself that you can self-evaluate and go, why is this happening? Because
the self-evaluate part is like the most impossible thing.
because it doesn't matter. Like you may be married for 5 years and you find yourself in this situation.
Yeah.
But you've never stopped to be honest with yourself and going, why do I act this way? And why does she act this? Like, why do we continue this cycle over and over again? What is it within us that that causes us to do these things? That
'Cause-
causes me to do these things?
We were talking about dating and you keep trying the same thing, but on the flip side, when you're married, change is going to happen anyway too.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
the
Yes.
idea of change is inevitable.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
But then it's like what you do with it is what matters.
So go ahead, Miranda. You were going to say something?
No, I was agreeing.
Oh, okay. So I really, that's the tricky part, I think, in all of this is in relationships saying, because who you are in your 20s is not who you're going to be in your 30s.
No.
Who you are in your 30s is not going to be in your 40s and then even in your 50s.
Mm-mm.
Like you change through those. If you get married in your 20s, when
And
you're
you
in,
think it's going to be like that forever.
yeah, because I guarantee
You're
you
wrong.
there's so many things that happen that change things.
Yeah.
You get a house, you get jobs, you get a kids, you
Kids.
get so many different things that
Mhm.
changes who you are,
Mm-hmm.
how you, it just does. And so being able to do those things together is where so many marriages just struggle.
And that's, I think, the big idea is changing together. Because you each are going to change, like you just addressed, but it's knowing that and then changing together is
Thomas
the
and I are
difference.
in a season of change right now with
Mhm.
myself,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out who I am now as me, but a mother and wife,
Mm-hmm.
him as a father and a husband.
That's a lot. I mean, if you think back, literally 5 years is a very short span of time that y'all have been together as a couple, and a lot has happened in that. And if you two are still looking at each other like you're 20 and 21 and, like you're the most dreamy thing I've ever seen in my life, well, it's like, well, I want you to still think that about each other, obviously, but you've become homeowners. You've become, you have 2 full-time jobs. You're a stay-at-home mommy. There's a baby. There's all these things that you're juggling. And if you have not actually literally changed together, then it's like, where are you going?
yeah, we were literally teenagers when we met,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we were not teenagers when we met.
I felt like a teenager sometimes.
Yeah,
I acted like one sometimes. I was
you
an
did,
idiot.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you and I had lived a whole life separately before we got together. So like life had kind of forced some changes on us.
Yeah.
But even in this
Well, for
time,
us, our change just wasn't us.
Yeah.
It was change with 4 kids involved.
Mm-hmm.
With you and I, there was changes in so many things that we're trying to navigate because we know we enjoyed spending time, just the 2 of us. But how do we enjoy spending time with all 4 of us all together all the time?
But then we have to keep in mind it was about me and you too, though, at the core. Like, we're not the
100%.
same people that we were when we got together.
Oh, Lord, no.
Mm-mm.
No. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or it's good. I'm just saying it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
I follow this guy on TikTok. He's a doctor, and he says if you want to have successful marriage, you don't just fall in love and say yes once. You do it 4 times over your lifetime. For all those different seasons of life that you go through, you have to fall in love again and say yes.
I fall in love every day all over again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, people
4,
are cussing you right now in their car.
No, the number 4 is interesting.
Yeah, well,
Did he say what the 4 are?
yes.
We
Okay.
elaborate?
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Are you
though.
going to elaborate
No,
on those?
no, I'm
You
not
don't-
because I don't know what
you
they
don't
are.
remember what they are.
No. But the idea is it's the same thing. Like when you're in your 20s, you don't have kids. You said yes to that person. You
Yeah.
got married.
Yeah.
Then you have kids. Then you have careers. Then you have empty nesters. Like kids are leaving. You're empty
Yeah.
nesters. You're
Mhm.
back at home. So there's all those different stages. You have to continue to say yes
Yeah.
and fall in and continually to fall in love with them because
Choose each other.
Yeah. Because what happens when you don't? When all the kids leave, then you're like, I don't know who you are. We did not change together. I don't even like you.
Yeah.
You know?
well, it's
You
just-
have to learn
honestly.
to grow together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should.
so many times you hear couples that when their kids go off to college, they get divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a big, it's called a gray divorce. So it's a lot older now.
Gray?
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
big thing now that's people in their 50s and 60s getting divorced.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad. But the idea, I mean, you just look at those things and you're like, why? Like, what are you after?
Yeah.
What are you chasing?
Why?
What do you want?
Well, I feel
And-
like a lot of the problems come from people not sitting back and realizing how each other change.
It is.
And especially because a lot of couples don't do date nights,
Yeah.
and a lot of couples think date nights have to be elaborate.
Right.
But like for y'all, a date was going to the grocery store and sitting at the Starbucks before
Yeah.
getting the actual groceries.
that was
yeah.
a big deal.
So it's just that time that you get to spend together.
Sam's
to-
Club pizza.
Yeah, Sam's Club pizza was
y'all.
for us.
But you know what, too, though? I think a lot of people have a hard time self-reflecting on how they
Mm.
have changed. Like, sometimes that's not easy to look in the mirror and think, okay, what has changed about me for good and bad?
Yeah.
Like, I
Well,
think that's hard.
One question I had, and Greg, you mentioned this earlier, and I think it's something well worth spending time on. You mentioned having a group of friends around you, community.
Mm.
You know, but in my experience and in my opinion, I think that can be something that is incredibly important and a must have. But if it's the wrong group of friends,
Ooh.
it could also be more detrimental
Yes.
than anything.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
in what ways, you know, I'm listening through this, and if you're listening to this as well and you're wrestling through that concept of change, trying to find out what your guideline is, what is your baseline, what are you guiding everything else off on to say, hey, if this one area is the thing that we're talking about, whether I want to change to that or not,
Mm-hmm.
and you go talk to your friends, how do you work through that? Does that make any sense?
Work through which part?
Okay, well, I'll expand. Like I've seen some scenarios where like people go and talk to their friends and they'll go get advice from their friends. But when you then ask that person about their friends' relationships, they'll be like, "Oh no, I wouldn't want a relationship like that. I have like they're toxic in their relationship."
Mm.
But then they'll take the advice of that person and then bring it into their relationship.
Yikes.
Here's one thing.
And I know that's opening a big can of worms, so that could be its own episode in of itself. But I think that's worth mentioning a part of this when
Yeah.
we're talking
I
about.
think we should do a whole episode on friends. Like, I think it's very, very, because as you get older, it's extremely important,
Mhm.
and we get less and less and less of those
Yeah.
in our lives. And so I think it's a variety of different friends, because what drives me nuts so quickly is to have a bunch of yes men as friends or
Yeah.
yes women as friends. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you go up to them and you be like, you know what? Yeah, I had an affair, because he wasn't loving on me and he wouldn't do this. But girl,
yes,
you deserve
you've got
it.
to find somebody that loves you.
Thank the Lord. And it's
Good
like,
on
bro,
you.
Right.
if we're surrounding ourselves with people who just tell us what we want to hear, scratch our back when we want to be scratched, but don't ever tell us the truth about situations, are those real friends?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that? So for me, I don't want to get into it, but you could dive deep into that idea of saying, if you got people who always tell you what, because there's times where you and I have had conversations. I was like, do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Like, what do you?
Well, there's been times I've sat you down and I'm like, Greg, if you tell me what I want to hear, like, I'm not here for that right now. Like, you got to be honest in my life because I need growth.
And there's times where I'm like, bro, that's dumb. What are you doing? Like, stop doing that. That's
I
stupid.
think you've had the same conversations with Thomas too.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those conversations.
Yeah, but it's like, and I'm not saying I've got it figured out, because it's so, and we talked about this. We're like, why do we not see the situations that we're in?
It's
and I was like,
perspective also.
100%.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
that's-
you and I've had conversations where I was talking with a friend of mine and they were like, hey, I'm, talk to my buddies. And they're like, yeah, their first response was divorce. Well, just divorce, go find something better. And I'm like, why is that your initial response?
because
Like,
dude,
and why are
you're going to
listen
do the
that?
same thing over there you're doing right here. You're
Yeah.
going to get the exact same thing's going to happen there that's happening right here.
Well, that's
Guarantee you.
biggest problem that I've seen with my friends, because like I have friends who are married and I have friends that are single, like, and I'm thankful that I have a broad age group of friends just because of the career that I have. But like all my younger friends who are still single are like, man, you don't need that, leave her, whatever. Which I've never had that conversation, babe, sitting there across looking at
They
you.
say it to each other.
Yeah, they say it to each other. But then I have the older guys and sitting down and having conversations with dad too, where it's like, we got to figure this out. We got to figure the root of the problem and we'll go from there. And sometimes the root of that problem is not fun,
No,
but
that's that self-reflection part. That's
Well,
like, ugh.
it's so, and excuse me if this is you and you've used this phrase, the grass is always green on the other side. You know
No,
why
it's
it's
not.
greener? Because somebody's fertilizing it,
Yeah.
aerating it, cutting it, maintaining it, taking it. They're putting in the work to make it better, and it looks good, but they're working at it.
Yeah.
So if you want to have that, work at what you have,
Yeah.
because you don't get to show up and everything be perfect.
sometimes the grass on the other side of the wall that you're going to have to climb over is going to be just as dead as it was before. And you
It
got to
just
climb
looks
that next
prettier.
wall.
Or it's only a matter of
and
time before it's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because you're
it's
going to
gonna
take
get-
your toxic crap over there.
Mhm.
You're going to kill it just like
Kill
you're
that
killing.
grass
Yeah,
too.
You just
It's
got to
like-
keep putting in that effort of climbing the wall over and over and over again to where you get to that beautiful, luscious field that everybody wants to have in their
Mhm.
yard.
So how
but
do
that's
we?
not. But that's not real.
No.
Like, it's just not. That's not a real thing. It's like, here's what kills me, because I've been working on a coaching framework. We've worked on a coaching framework for baggage claim to hopefully roll that out in the next month or so to actually start doing group coaching and around marriage and one-on-one. And it's so incredibly interesting to me how, and it hit me because we've been going to the gym, and it is, I have not, I'm going to say, I have not enjoyed the gym the first month and a half. And Jess is like, do you want to go? No, I don't want to go, but I'm going to.
It's like, well, then get in the car anyway.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go. Like, we went yesterday and you're like, do you want to go to the gym? No, I don't want to go to the gym, but I'm going to go because you're going.
And I said, I can go when you stay home. No, I'm going to go with you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going too. Like, we don't, because I know if I don't, I'm not going to see results. The same is true in marriage. Like, we expect to go to one marriage conference, to do one workshop, to read one book, and then we're like, oh, man, why is my marriage not? See, my marriage isn't better.
Why
This
isn't it fixed?
Yeah, this is broken. I was like, bro, it's work. You put in put in the time. If
Yeah.
you're in a relationship, and it's just like, I'm telling you, we've had this conversation with, I think, every one of our kids. And I was like, when they're dating, they're, it's like, oh, it's so hard. And I was like, let me tell you,
Yeah.
this is the easiest it's ever going to be.
Oh,
Like, this is like, you're going to have
I
the
think we
least
talked to
amount of
both of y'all
connections
sitting here
that you have
too.
right now. I was like, because it
Yeah.
just gets more complicated.
It does.
There's a lot
Um,
more stuff that gets thrown in the further that you get.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you're struggling right now because you went out to eat,
Just wait.
Just wait a
yeah,
minute.
I was like, maybe you guys need to figure some things out.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea is like, man, what's in me that keeps wanting to just push that and not figure that out? Why
Mhm.
is it? Because we're in the cycle. Because
Yeah.
everything has cycles.
But that's where the
Cycles,
changes
seasons,
come
whatever
in.
you want to call it.
That's where the changes come in. Is during
Change is a good thing.
it can be.
Oh,
It should
yeah.
be. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
seasons change. We love it. Like right now, dude, I am so looking forward to spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when spring is like awesome, and then when summer gets here, we're gonna be like, yeah, we're at the pool, we're
Mhm.
hanging out, music's playing, everything's great. August, it's 185 degrees on the face, and you're just like, please, the air conditioner is about to blow up because it's
Yeah.
running so hard. You're like, where's fall?
Yeah, I know.
I need fall.
And
Well,
fall gets here and everything's right in the world. And then
Yeah,
you
there's
get through
no.
fall.
I want fall to
and
be
it's like,
year round. Though.
winter.
Yeah, I know. I
holidays.
could take your own fall.
I
Yeah.
could too.
One thing I think is important to know and understand about change is this, because this is a universal law of change. And I know I say this all the time. Greg, you and I have talked about this. We talked about how many things over the years, but all growth requires change,
Mhm.
meaning you cannot grow unless there's change. But not all change brings forth growth.
Yes.
So it's to be intentional that when you change, you're being intentional that that change brings forth growth.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just have the word change is negative. I think for most people. Wouldn't you think so?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So I think
Not
some
for
people are.
me.
I think some people are scared of it though.
That's
Like,
yeah.
okay, so new, because change is something new. It's probably something new. People don't like new things. They like routine. They
I
like
don't
the
like
same
new
old.
things.
Yeah, I
don't like
love new
change.
things. If every day is a new adventure, I'm like,
Same.
yes.
No, I want to stay in my lane. I want to just everything to just be where I've put it and predictable. And I don't like change still. I do
See,
not.
I don't think change is a negative thing. I think change is a scary thing. And people don't like to face scary things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. I could see that. I would agree with that. I don't. It's interesting to me though because I don't know what it is in me that enjoys that. Like I enjoy the challenge of I want to do things that a small percentage of the people in the world have done. That's just me.
It's
I
the
do not.
adventure in it.
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Like the risk, and they're like, "Well, that's dangerous," and I'm like, "Yeah,
No.
that's the fun part of it."
I will
That's
go
what
on
makes it.
safe adventures with you, but for me to adventure on my own and try something new and change what I am used to, that's scary for me.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's what's different though. I like a scary adventure. Like I want to be to where I'm uncomfortable while we're doing what we're doing, but
Yikes.
look at the positive side of it or what's going to come.
Well, you're gonna grow from it.
Yeah. Like, Dad, we want to do Kilimanjaro. We want to go and climb Kilimanjaro one day. And that's going to be scary while we're doing it.
If somebody out there would like to sponsor us climbing
That would
Kilimanjaro,
be phenomenal.
I will wear a T-shirt, flag,
Yeah.
hat, whatever it is you want
Shoot,
me to
I'll
do.
wear branded
Yeah, I'll
underwear.
wear
Yeah,
underwear
I
with
will.
your
I'll be
logo.
branded from head to toe with your gear if you want to send me.
Oh.
Yeah, I would love to go do that.
But it like whenever we hit the part where it's going to be cold or we're going to be in Africa and it's going to be snowing, but
That's crazy.
the adventure that we'll have when we get to the top
Yeah, me
and
you
whether
Lulu
we're
will
covered by
stay home.
clouds or we're looking at the
I
plains,
want to go.
it's going to be cool.
I'll stay home.
It's
with
going to be
Lou.
one of those things where you get to look back on the journey that you've had through the scary adventure
I know.
or the scary change and look at how beautiful that change was.
Well, because
I
it's-
mean,
Take
that's
pictures.
the story of our life.
Yeah,
sitting
well.
here at this table.
Well,
Like,
it's not. It's really not about the destination so much.
No,
It's the journey along the way.
it is.
And you're gonna have to change and not. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're gonna get the same result. And I'm
Mhm.
not using that stupid catchphrase that everybody uses, but
It's so
freaking if you
corporate.
don't like it, change it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like who you are, then change who you are.
Well, that's something.
if you don't
one-
like the situation, then
But
change
you've
it.
got to
Not
be
divorce
okay with looking
or
at
do
yourself.
those things, but
Can change it.
You have
Yes.
to be okay with facing your own self in the mirror. And like you said, ask yourself, why do I keep getting the same results over and over again? And I don't want this result. Well, maybe it's you.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
it
that's
is
hard
you.
to face.
Yeah,
That's hard to face.
Yeah,
I remember someone once told me in a just quick passing conversation, but it's crazy because it has stuck with me for years at this point. Just in passing, they came up, saying hey as they were passing by, and they're like, "Hey man, how's life? Is everything the way you want it to be?" And I honestly didn't really know. I'd never been asked that really, so I
yeah.
didn't know. I was like, getting there, I didn't know how to respond. And
I don't know.
I just remember he stopped and he said, "Well, if it's not, then make it that way,
Hmm.
because no one's going to do it for you."
That's
I
very
know
true.
who told you that.
And I mean,
I've
like,
had that conversation with him too.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, look at your marriage. Like, is your marriage everything you wanted it to be? Okay, well, if not, then make it that way.
Or to back up, is your friend group? Are your friends everything
Yeah.
you need them to be for yourself?
Yeah.
And it's simplistic, but the reality is it is going to take some changes to make it happen. So yes, change can be scary, and change can be something we don't necessarily want to go after. But at the same time, when we realize what benefits we would reap from certain changes, why would we not make those changes?
If I've said it once on here, I've said it 100 times. Everything worthwhile is uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything worth having is uphill. So that doesn't mean it's easy.
No,
You
yeah.
know, that's just, so put in the work, get going, buckle down, be serious about yourself, how you grow, how you change, how you get better in your relationships. That's because change is going to happen. Do it together. It's so much more fun to do it together.
Yeah.
And helpful to have someone to do. But we also go back to, if you want to have a great relationship, be the healthiest version of yourself you can be.
Yeah.
Like, know how you think, know how you act, know why you respond to things emotionally, know how you do why you do and don't do things. Know those. Like, because it makes you a better person to be around. It makes you better in relationships. So
true.
well, as crazy as it is, we're out of time. Do we have an unpack? Do we want to do 2 unpacks? Do we have 2 things that we want to focus on to unpack for this session? Do we have 2?
I have one. in
Okay, you
mind.
have one. I think I have one too. So
Okay,
if that
great.
works out, great.
So I was thinking about, like, as far as a couple, whether you're married or long term or whatever, and we've said this whole time changes are inevitable. How do you make sure that you change together? Like, what are some steps that you can take to make sure that you change together in a way that you're still going on the same direction and doesn't pull you apart?
Communicate.
Ooh.
Big step is communication.
Oh, look at that. You
Big
said the
C
same
word.
thing. Aw.
And I know we say that all the time on this podcast, but
But it's
also at the
so
same
true.
time, like, if you can acknowledge change between the two of you, would that not be so much more easy to acknowledge some of the frustrations that are caused between the two of
It's
you?
freeing
Yeah.
to be able to just say it out loud.
Yeah. And I think it's, for me, I would say in that communication realm, you acknowledge what it was and where you're at. Because if you don't acknowledge, you'd be like, hey, we used to find us, like, we used to do this all the time. We don't do that anymore. You know why? Why did we quit doing that?
Yeah.
Like, what changed?
Yeah.
And just kind of explore that together, because you may have an idea, but it maybe, because I asked you that one time and you go, I don't know, but you stopped doing this. And I was like, no, I didn't. But then I was like, I did. Yeah, I did. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't do that anymore. It's just one of those little things I used to do that it did make a difference for us. And I was like, okay, I didn't even notice, because they're always little subtle changes.
Oh, they are.
They're really subtle along the way.
They're
So
good.
Well, and that's how
gracious.
people find themselves getting 20 years down the road,
That's
10
what I was
years
gonna
down
say.
the road, and they don't even recognize who they're married to anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why we have the gray divorces. We
That's
have those
exactly what I
that when
was
they
thinking.
become empty nesters, you know, after all the kids are gone, they don't recognize each other. Maybe just simply awareness of those changes helps bring you closer together over years and years to come.
So maybe take some time this week
Yeah.
while you're sitting down, or just maybe at night when you're winding down. I don't know where you're at with kids, or if you have more time, and just say, hey, what's changed? What is something we used to do together that we love, but what's something we do right now that we love to do?
Yeah, I would say to make sure if you haven't addressed it before, to start with some positive change.
Yes, always start with positive.
Yeah, because I feel like it would be, for all of us, because we're human, it'd be really easy to go down the, well, you used to and now you don't.
Don't ever use
Don't
the
do
word.
that.
Don't, I just said, don't ever use the word never, ever,
Right.
or never, or ever, or always. Like
Mhm.
those just, they're not true.
Yeah.
Because nothing is, I mean, the only thing that's always is death. And so it's just going to happen. Like, so don't use those words when you're talking about this. So be
Yeah.
positive in a sense. This is maybe if you got some guy friends that you hang out with, or someone say, hey, what's different about me now than when we first met?
Yeah.
It was tell me something about myself that you think is different. It could be good, bad, and ugly. If it's your friend, let them be honest with you.
Yeah. So you
this is
said you
some
had something in
self-reflection.
mind too.
I did, and I got so into yours
Okay.
that I just forgot what. Oh, mine was. I sort of got into it on that last one. I think mine is self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
To look at yourself and say, write down about yourself, just wherever you're at. Maybe take some time in the morning while you're drinking your coffee, or maybe even at night you're winding down. Say, what are 2 things about me? Like, if I could have looked at myself 5 years ago, what would I have told myself now? Like, what are those 2 things that I could have looked back 5 years ago and said, Greg, don't do this or do this. What are those 2 things? So don't do this, and what would you do different? And so it's something to think about, because it's a self-reflection kind of moment that allows you to look at yourself of who you are. Are you growing? Are you changing? Are you just kind of stagnant? You're just sitting in that same spot? Because growth is about change. And if you want to change, you got to grow, and there's got to be movement.
If you want to dig into that concept of stagnant, like, you realize even with like running water, if water grows stagnant, it grows bacteria and grows.
And all it does
disease.
is it just needs movement.
All it needs is movement, which
Yeah.
is change.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't sit in the same environment for too long.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. So with all that being said, man, change, it's happening every single day around us, to us. We get to be a part of it. We get to choose whether it's a good thing or whether we won't try to make it a bad thing, but inevitably it's happening. So embrace it, figure out how to do it together.
Yeah, if you can, and not to say you should control the change, but if you can at least push and guide the change, that's a lot better than being whipped around by it.
Right.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, very much.
Mm-hmm.
And so just engage in the conversation. Point out the obvious. You know, that's what's so fun sometimes, is just like, even in our 50s, someone asks a question, they go, how do you handle that? And I was like, you point out the awkwardness. Be like, bro, isn't this weird?
Yeah.
And then just move on. Like, just say it. Sometimes there's great freedom in that. So anything else to add before we wrap up?
All
more?
good.
Sweet. So if you guys have enjoyed what you've heard tonight, whatever it is, hit the like button, leave us a review, whatever you're listening on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other many platforms that we have that you can listen to. Check out our website, unpacktogether.com. You can learn more about us, who we are. Just scroll back through other podcasts. If you want to know more and you want to help us and help these keep going, help the podcast, go to Patreon. You can link to it from our website, unpacktogether.com. And so you can just help us out, become a Patreon member, and we're going to grow that and just that community. You get to know us a little closer and ask some more questions and get a little deeper involved. So with that being said, thanks for joining us today. Please keep sharing, and we'll keep talking, and we'll keep, if there's things you want us to talk about that we haven't, email us,
know.
DM us, send us a text, and we'll tackle that topic as quickly as we can. So thank you guys for listening, and
Go dogs.
go dogs.
Go dogs.
Dog.